my mask on. This is the last week I'm gonna have to wear this fucking mask because I'm about to overcome my illness. But I had that fucking RSV. That shit is real, and I was very sick, and I don't want to get my granddaughter sick. So I wear this shit all day when she here, because she be here every day. But what I'm trying to tell you guys is very fucking important. And you need to understand what it is so that you don't have to mimic what I do, but you do need to understand what I do. Now what's going on with this motherfucker? Oh, there you go. Okay. You got to understand what's going on. Now, uh, as I think about, what I've learned from some of my experience this past year, I have realized quite a few things. One thing I realize is it only takes one heart to keep you alive. But it takes two or more hearts for any one person to really live. Now, when you're young and, living fancy free, you know, having some person that knows and understands you doesn't really hold as much importance as it will when you live and get older. I realized this year, that, you really have, you just you will have a more fruitful life if there are people around you who promote the ideas of chance and success. Because if you're not willing to take a chance, you're not going to have very much success. My woman and my daughter know there will be no success if I don't take a chance to earn it. Now, another thing I realized is how afraid most people are of thinking. you know, uh, the average American will have a serious dilemma, and the average American will let some motherfucker they know nothing about, they just heard of them or accidentally came across them. They'll let this person who they have never met explain something that is crucial and could, because it's important enough, it could change your life. Plus or minus. What I'm saying is you don't really care if it's plus or minus. All you care about is whether or not you want to do it or not. What I'm saying to you, bro, is the problem with that is too many people today will take that information that they know you're going to go for because of who they are or whatever they have, gained as far as their popularity and shit. And you're going to go for it. And they'll use that shit against you. I'm starting the year out recognizing the path I really blazed for myself. That's another thing you got to do. You got to appreciate the progress you've made by utilizing wherever it puts you. Now, what I'm saying is this path is only for me. But the road I use to get there is for not everyone, not anyone, but the one that will use it. I'm telling you, it's not for everybody. So I'm not talking to everybody. I'm talking to a few of you out there who will put in the effort to find your individual path. I found mine. And this year, if you haven't already done it, you can find yours. There is no fucking question a man like me can't handle. In any and everything on your mind will be honestly addressed. Why? Because Real Talk with Rosebud is where to be. If you want information on how to live, if you want information on what to do and how to do it, you know, people don't really understand this country. A lot of shit never left this country, and you think it did. Racism has never left, but this country lied about it, you know, to everyone world over who would listen, but mostly it lied to itself. You know, this country pretends to be progressive when it comes to social issues, homosexuality, racism, sexism, any other phobias that we experience in this country are because we all accepted the lies that we tell each other or ourselves. Have you ever thought of why a fucking gay person would be racist? Well, let me tell you something. Gay motherfuckers are some of the goddamn most racist people I've ever seen. Why? Because they lied to themselves. They tried to make themselves feel like this is what, you know, black people went through. That's why I'm like a minority like them. No, you do have less than the public, the regular population as far as how many of you. But what I'm saying is right now, today, in that Minnesota, that shit that's going on is way more like being treated like you black. All them goddamn motherfuckers up there, they can't count on the law. They can't count on how they look. They can't count on what they say. Just like niggas. Ain't nowhere in the world we can explain our way out of something. Period. And we all know that. And we all accepted it. But these Peckerwoods is accepting it now for a few weeks or months or whatever. When we accepted it, well, didn't accept it. It was forced upon us. But we dealt with that shit for hundreds of years. So, I'm not saying go beat up some Peckerwoods. I'm saying understand what's going on. All you young motherfuckers that don't know what niggas be talking about when we be talking about how we was treated, the way these motherfuckers is being treated is because they, you know, hold on, let me get this. Carla, what's up? This Rosebud, what's happening?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. What's up?
Hey, what's going on, Rosebud? This Darren calling in from Columbus, Ohio.
Go ahead, Darren.
Man, it's a dude.
What'd you say, Darren? You faded out.
Can you hear me?
You faded out, man. Where you at? In a bad location?
Yeah, can you hear me now, sir?
Dude, you fading out. I heard you say, can you hear me now? But whatever you said before that, I didn't hear.
Or is it better?
I think you need to call in again, bro. I think you need to get somewhere better, so with better reception for you. What's going on? Where you at?
I'm in my home. I do get bad reception. I'm gonna call back when I get in my car.
All right, do that, bro.
All right.
Okay. See, what I'm saying is niggas have dealt with this prejudice bullshit for hundreds of years. You could just be walking somewhere and a motherfucker, you can't hide that you black. But what I'm saying is these white motherfuckers, what I'm saying, shit happened when niggas was doing whatever, protesting whatever, and the nigga get killed, and you gotta make them pay attention to it. But these ICE motherfuckers done killed white people that wasn't doing shit but protesting and lied about it. What I'm saying is, see, them motherfuckers in Minnesota, they don't know it, but they really getting treated like niggas got treated. Period. So what I'm saying is, you know, gay motherfuckers are some of the most racist motherfuckers I've ever met. Because they all the way up until Barack Obama was motherfucking elected, them gay motherfuckers wanted to identify with black, not gays only. I ain't talking about them. I'm talking about minorities, whatever kind of minority. You wanted to get on the boat that black people got on as far as the minority. Oh, we understand. No, now your motherfucking ass understand. Now you understand. See, everything was cool until Barack left the White House. Because when he left, people was fucked up because he was really doing some good shit for people. But people was dismayed until fucking Trump came in with his racist shit. Then all the other motherfucking fools who Barack had actually pissed off, all them motherfuckers start tripping on, man, this nigga this nigga that. Woo, woo, woo. What I'm saying is, all them motherfuckers, faggots, Mexicans, everybody start fucking with goddamn Trump. Because Trump didn't motherfucking intend to, maybe he did, but he reawoken the motherfucking racist attitude these Peckerwoods been hiding. So otherwise, they surely want that motherfucker to act like he acted, but they only want fucking Mexicans or niggas to be fucked up. These motherfuckers across the board is fucking everybody up. Ain't that how we lived all our life? Shit. What I'm saying is, you feel it. If you don't, you will feel it. Just like I'm feeling it. All you got to do is live long enough to be able to compare today with yesterday. The comparisons that you make now are petty and shit. They're petty. They're about fucking PS4 and Xbox and all that kind of bullshit. Have you ever thought you lived long enough to see real fucking changes in the world? At one time, niggas could not vote. Now, I heard of that shit, but I never fucking experienced it. My parents did, and getting that right was a big thing to them. But by the time it came around to us, and probably you, we care, but we had to be made to care for whatever reason we cared for. It wasn't no big deal because it was already a right for us. I can remember in the 60s and 70s when they was talking about making a man a woman or a woman a man, which was far off into the future. Have you motherfuckers thought about what we are accepting now? as normal shit. We are in 2026. But in 1960, this shit that we living was futuristic shit. What I'm saying is, man, we in 2026, but do you motherfuckers remember when the whatever 2000 was coming? How crazy you motherfuckers felt. Carla, what's up?
What's going on, Rosebud? I just tried to call maybe like 10 minutes ago.
Okay, what's up, man?
Yeah, it's Darren calling in from Columbus, Ohio. How you feeling?
I'm cool, brother. What about you?
I'm all right, man. It's a pleasure to talk to you. Like I said, I've been listening to your show since 2020, and man, it's helped so much. And I had a reconnection with my pops, and I mean, just the connection's been beautiful, man. So much that I've learned from just your show, and the reconnection with him. It's just been dope. And man, I gotta get your book, Mother's He's Your Son.
Single Mother, He's Your Son. What's your question though, bro?
I really didn't have a question.
You just had some comments you want to make. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. I wanted to speak about that book because I could just what you spoke about of it, I can relate to so much. Just because, no disrespect, to my mother and them, of course. I mean, no anger towards them, but I do see how they do want to protect future women.
Hey, brother, listen to me, man. If you're a female, you're not with it if you ain't trying to protect future women. Otherwise, that's why women are so aggressively trying to correct men. They'll say, man, you can't say no shit. They'll tell you what you can and cannot say, what's acceptable to them. I'm not going to argue with none of them. But what I'm going to do is say, fuck you, bitch, to me. And right. If she make me, I'll say it out loud. But I really try not to say it out loud. But that's how I feel about all that shit, man. Because them bros ain't talking about no experience that they have lived. They're just talking about what they think, what they believe.
Yeah, it made me walk on eggshells, Rosebud, for a long time. And now I'm seeing me peel off those layers of that and seeing how long I've been doing that. I had phases of it. My mom knew my pops was a monster, and the family we come from as far as, and she wanted that out of me. And I could see where I was like, okay, well, let me act this way to, protect my mother's feelings, my auntie, my grandmother, what they did. We came around all women and it was just,
Yeah, but what about your feelings? What about you? And what about how you grow up? You protecting them and shit, and you missing yourself. It's a lot. Hey, man, I don't know if you ever did this, but you sound like you too young to have done this. But when we was kids, we used to wear them, I think they was kids or whatever, tennis shoes. But the reason we got them, because they had the fucking big shoestrings, fat shoestrings. And what we used to do, because, boys are supposed to be shy when they talking to women, we would be looking down, and the woman is thinking that we shy. But we had a mirror in those shoestrings. And we was trying to look under this bitch's dress. That's
I remember you speaking about that on another show.
Hey, what I'm saying, man, that shit turned you into a dude. I mean, it makes you be a dude because you think shit. I'm not saying it's correct. It is not, if that's the case, politically correct. But you can grow into realizing this bitch ain't no object. You don't supposed to know that right away. You just supposed to know you want to fuck her. That's all you supposed to know when you a boy growing up. And that's all you supposed to do. And my daughter, when she was coming up and she was like 10 and shit, I used to tell her, girl, I don't care what a motherfucker say to you, all they want to do is fuck you. I would tell her that. And she grew up tripping. She grew up trying to be a lesbian, all that goddamn shit. But she a regular goddamn L7 mom right now. got a 2-year-old baby. She's so much like, not like me, but look, see life the way I seen it. You don't need no government aid. You don't need shit. You just gotta not be lazy. Get your ass up, go get your own shit. That's what I taught her, and I'm proud of that. You know what I'm saying? You sound like that kind of brother too, but you got limitations that you may or may not. But you say you've been listening to a nigga since 2000, so man, you might have been grew.
I've been listening to you since 2020. I was doing
2020,
Amazon.
yeah.
Yes, sir. I was listening since 2020. Before you, I definitely got into some red pill action and all that you and Dean speak about, and it definitely was the wrong route. And I had to get some people from around me too, because they don't like when you start seeing some things different, bros. But
and let me tell you something, man.
about
Everybody ain't motherfucking real. Only a real motherfucker will see you making progress and encourage you to do it. But your partners probably didn't want you to do it. Was hating on you and shit. Because they be jealous. They ain't gonna do nothing but stay where they're at. You progressing. I mean, come on, man. It ain't like you made $1 million, but that's what it seems to them.
Mm-hmm. Man, bro, but I appreciate, man.
I appreciate kicking it with you, bro.
Yeah, this is my favorite show, man. I tell people about it all the time. I'm like, man, and some of the people that I'm saying, like, as far as some of the stuff, the content they may listen to, and they were angry. We may have had some of the same experiences from our mother, but they went about it in a bitter way. That they pissed off. And I'm like, man, I got to get this off of me. You know what I mean?
Hey, you doing the right thing, man. Don't worry about everybody else. Just handle your business. That's all you can do, man. And once handling your business got you at a certain level of thinking, then you could reach out to them motherfuckers if you still know them. But right now, you might have to cut them loose.
I have, yes, sir.
All right, bro. Appreciate you, man.
Before you go, so how could I get that book, Single Mothers Easier?
Hey, hit my email, and you got my email, askrosebud@gmail.com. And
okay, I'll
hit it, and hook me up with $8.50. I'll send it to you.
All right. I'm gonna tune back in. Take it easy, sir.
All right, brother. Be cool. All right, you guys. Let me tell you something. I love that kind of shit, even though it was off subject a little bit, but it really wasn't. It's about me being supported because you like what the fuck I'm talking about. I pity the motherfucker that doesn't think ahead. What I'm saying is, the way shit was in the year 2000, the whole country was tripping on the computer system, was only, programmed to go to 1999. And after that, it was going to be chaos. Man, people started taking their money out the bank. They was doing all kind of shit because they believe that shit. But I'm telling you, I'm not so smart. But I didn't believe that because I just can't believe these motherfuckers so stupid. They're going to wait until 1999 to try to do something about it. But they knew, once we knew what they knew, we couldn't do nothing but wait till 1999 and see. But shit. What I'm saying is, them motherfuckers, think about what you're going to be having to deal with 20 years from now. There's a lot of different shit. And this is why I love the shit that I do. Because, it sounds like I'll be confessing. Confessions of an Older Man. Maybe that's what I call my show. But, it took me this long to admit to you motherfuckers. But it took this long for 73 years to go by too. But people make motherfucking mistakes that can charge you. I shot myself in the foot trying to control how you can fuck with me. Now, killing the individual sales that I was making of my course had damn near rendered me crippled. Because I know I need income all the time, year round. So if you're inclined to be curious about my course, hit me with 500, and believe me, I'll send the whole motherfucker to you. If you want the course, you know, pay part of that 500 right now, get into the school, and let me lace you with this shit. Either way, it's gonna be the full course. I mean, you got to realize and accept the effort that I put into what I'm doing, uh, especially to those of you motherfuckers that really want it. The course is back available to you in parts or in entirety. You know, I have tool sales, different ways to treat your women to an inexpensive night out. All kinds of ways to enhance what you offer your woman, be it through uh, you learning how to implement your will with her, or learning how to think about what she does or says. You'll get all that at SWU and more. So jump on the shit. Any four conversation tools that you choose, $110. Any four mentality tools that you choose, $130. The conversation tools you saving over $260. And with the mentality tools, you saving over $340. You know, I'm halfway through this New Year's trip that I have, and I'm already seeing a difference. The returning students are doing what they know to do, and that's represent what they learned last semester. And the new students are raring to go. I'm stoked by this shit. I'm telling you, go getters is what I say. I ain't tripping because SWU is blowing up. You know, shit is looking up for 2026. It's looking up for the person who Caller, what's up?
What's up, bud? This is Mark from out of PA.
What's up, Mark?
Smoking section.
What's happening, bro?
I'm doing good. I'm sitting back listening to you spit this knowledge, and I'm so appreciative that we still got you here to bless us and bring us through this chaos. Because listening to what you're saying as far as it sounds like it's an open attack on the mind. You know what I mean? And it's with the way things are going and the way they try to stop you from thinking, the way they try to redirect your thinking, it feels like it's a psychological warfare that's been going on. And it seems like the values and the common sense and courtesies of the past is trying to be done away with.
Let me tell you something, bro. I'm asking you this. Do you believe in getting dressed to go to church?
Yes.
You got, I would say you over 35, 40.
Yes, I am. I'm about 45.
All right. Why I say that is because a person under that age don't necessarily believe that. Otherwise, what I'm saying is the more you give up formality, the more you give up shit that is tradition, the less you think you deserve. Period.
That's right.
Hey, bro, people don't understand that when I make that statement. But if you don't think you should be dressed to go to church, then you don't give a fuck how you get treated in the world. You just think that's whatever. I care how I get treated. I care how my daughter gets treated. I care how my friends get treated. And I want them to care about it too. And you cannot give up tradition. Like I told my daughter this past, because she wasn't really into Christmas like, we was coming up. But I told her, look, long as you make this date something important to you, whatever your tradition be, it don't have to be what my tradition was. But you gotta have something you pass down to your kids about this. And she went and bought a tree and all that shit after I said that. Because she didn't have none of that shit when I said that. But I made some sense to her.
I'm with you, bud. I wasn't no big Christmas person. And, you listen to a lot of stuff on the YouTube and the black stuff, and they don't, you kind of start turning your back on Christmas. And I had my child and my wife, and they wanted to decorate and things of that nature, and I kind of had to, let them experience that and let them have that and realize my views, no matter what they are, can be negotiated through some type of guidance and understanding, seeing as though people are just enjoying the experience.
But
and
just
so
by you saying that, I will venture you helped out and ended up liking the shit.
Listen, I enjoyed it. My wife did a great job. You understand?
And I'm telling you, man, that's what happens when you let yourself go. And you do shit real. That's some real shit you did, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And it benefited the house. My daughter enjoyed it, and we had a good holiday. And that's really what the purpose was, for togetherness and keep. And you know what I mean? If that's what I had to sacrifice, then it didn't hurt that bad. You feel me?
Yeah, I feel you, man. Let me get this other call, man.
Thank you, brother. And I'll talk to you soon.
Actually, that motherfucker just hung up. All right, brother. Cool, man. Be cool.
All right, brother.
All right. So, see, the thing about Rosebud is that I'm not just about this street shit. I'm about everything we deal with as men. Period. And this call that brother just told me about, what I'm saying is I'm against every goddamn thing. I don't want to do it. But when I make myself do it, whatever family shit, it be fun. But it be fun because you don't do it all the time. Now, I'm just saying that's how I see it. You don't have to see it like that. But what you do have to see is how blessed you are. How many of you motherfuckers see how blessed you are? I don't mean when somebody asks you how you doing, you say, I'm blessed. I'm talking about whatever you thought to do last night, you can do it today. Being able to do things should be a major motivator for your ass. I'm real when I say that. I know it is it is for me. It motivates me. I also know many people procrastinate. I know how many people procrastinate. 75% of your friends procrastinate. Why? Because you're a procrastinator. So, like things fuck with each other. Don't be a procrastinator. Be a producer. And get busy producing the rest of your life. In 2016, one of my resolutions was to quit begging you guys to stand up. And I've been going hard ever since, and I'm going to go harder this year. I'm not pandering to your weak ass bullshit. I'm going to stay strict to what I threaten. And that's if you don't have questions, I ain't really, answering shit. And at the same time, I'm going to be saying and explaining why you shouldn't have motherfucking questions. Most goddamn questions that you come up with has an answer already ingrained in it, if you would think. The answer is embedded in your question. For your information, that is an oxymoron. I say shit because I mean it. And if you listen to my past shows, you'll hear me prove how people who ask questions already had the answer. They just did not trust themselves. Because it's a little known fact about asking questions. Rarely will you formulate a question that does not have an answer already embedded in it. Subconsciously, you can't form a question unless you have an answer. The thing is, do you trust your fucking answer? I've learned this, I learned that studying psychology with my bachelor's. I was in an important meeting yesterday, and I'm really lightheaded. Caller, what's up?
Hey, what's up, bud?
Nothing. What's happening? Who is this? Wine?
This is, yeah.
What's happening, man?
Not much, man. I just caught you just walking. I saw about you saying that when we have questions, we usually have the answer. And I was just going to speak on that you showed me years ago, that we usually have the answers, but we're just afraid to say it because we think we're wrong and we want to hear somebody else just to, co-sign it. But really, we do have the answers, even if we're wrong, but we just don't trust ourselves.
Yeah, you trust yourself nowadays, right?
Yeah, now I do, fully.
Hey, that's what's up, man. hey, and it's a continuous growth process. And you never stop growing because things don't stop happening. The same shit happened when you're 33 that happened when you was 28, but it's different when you're 33 versus how it was when you was 28. Same for different ages.
You just get sharper and you get more experience.
Hey, if you're not scared, you get sharper and you get more experience. That's right, bro.
Exactly.
Hey, man, I'm glad you sent me that shit about Jonathan, man. I don't really want to get to talking about him on this, but I'm glad you sent that. I appreciate that, man.
Yeah, I got another one, man, but I just didn't want to overdo with you because I know, But yeah,
no, send it to me, man.
All right, but yeah, I'll holler at you later.
All right, be cool.
Right.
All right. See, I was, like I said, I was at a meeting. And, the money man said, so far, bud, you didn't met all of the expectations. And, now we can make projections, which is sort of the phase I want to be in, making projections. And we ended the meeting with dates of completion, which will be in the very near future. Now, the road to the top is paved with methods that are available to you. But the key is to pick yours and don't get distracted. Don't get distracted by what I picked. Don't get distracted because what I picked did whatever it did for me. And you want whatever you pick to do is basically the same thing for you. But it's not the same thing you're going after. So you got to go after it with the way you designed to get it. If you don't do that, you might get it. You might not get it because you're not using your shit. And what I'm saying, you got to think like this because it might take you a couple of years to get to where you're really trying to go. I get dudes, talking about their women experiences, and they crack me up. Dudes don't even know what choosing is. They don't know what the choosing fee is. They just heard it. Man, if the woman, I was at the bar and she chose me, blah, blah, blah. What I'm saying is that's why my book, Rosebud the American Pimp, is so dope. It explained shit properly. Check this move I made on a broad who wanted to get with me and didn't have no money. I'm talking about choosing fee. Now, I brought her to my crib after getting at her, and I knew she wanted to get with me. So I went to the bathroom and I left $40 on the table in front of her. I just wanted to see, how she would act. Not only didn't she take the motherfucking money, she moved it from in front of her, pleased at what I saw. I came back down and rolled the joint. I had a large glass wet bar stocked and, I pointed over to it. Baby, go fix me a drink. You are going to get with me, right? She didn't answer, but she decided to get up and head towards the bar. So I said, hold on. You don't have to get with me, but you do have to be my hoe or a bartender that I can trust to make my drinks, safety precautions, baby. You know what I'm saying? I said that shit because I was ready to have her. But she said, but I don't have any money. Now, I didn't want to miss this broad on a technicality. So I shot at her, listen, baby, I don't want to start off on the wrong foot, but I do want to have your little fine ass. So what would you think about me accepting you right now without any money. And I waited for a response. Now, as she was thinking, trying to come up with one, I continued seeing as though most hoes and pimps thinks that's how it goes. I was, searching a little myself because I want to cap it off properly. Well, I wouldn't think less of you unless you fucked me. Other than that, I just go get you some money tomorrow whenever you send me. She answered that shit, and I liked that answer. This bitch was sharp. And I was ready to have her. So I said, you want to get with me? And she said, yes, I do. I said, go over there and pour me a shot of Delamain cognac. You'll see it over there on the bar. For me, the bitch has said the right things to let me know she wasn't full of shit, which is one of the reasons or purposes of choosing money. A nigga can't afford to have a bitch playing with his pimping. Now, if he wants a clean reputation. If a bitch choose a motherfucker with a trap and she leaves quickly because she made a move out of spite or was just plain bullshitting, she just charged herself when she decided to go back to wherever she left. If she chooses out of spite or anger and the pimp didn't get no money, the pimp looked bad. He looked stupid when she leave. So for me, the fucking purpose was to protect my pimping image. That's what choosing fees is about. So for the purpose of protecting a motherfucking pimping image and to make sure the bitch is worth fucking with, he demands a choosing fee. And one reason I knew I was going to get paid from this bitch was I was sending her immediately. And another reason, I could tell the bitch wasn't bullshit. So I accepted her without no money. But before 24 hours had passed, I had checked $1,000 out that goddamn bitch. She was down and dirty from the get-go. You see, this abba-dabba will provide ways for you to overcome most obstacles if you stay down. Obstacles are made to be overcame. And you have to really understand, choosing fees vary and have different values for different individuals. But for me, in this case, the money came after I knocked her off. Long as I didn't fuck in her pussy before I got paid a few weeks, I was in order. Which is what it's all about, keeping order in the game. I think it's great how my last year's problems became obsolete by the end of the year. You know what? I think that's what it's all about with progress. Taking care of the shit in front of you, which most of you don't do. I guess with the way my new year started, you could say taking care of shit in front of you so you can make room for new shit. But again, with progress, life don't, end. You only dealt with the problem for the level of life you on, which in turn allowed you to graduate to another level with its own set of problems. The more you know and accept that statement I just made, the better off you're going to be. There's infinite levels in life, and each one you reach only prepares you for the next level you're going to be faced with. And that's going to be in the near future. Just usually the year gets started a little more before shit happens for me. I'm happy though. Things are bound to get better. They're bound to happen when you fucking press for time. I started back on my goddamn Single Mother, He's Your Son, part 2. I started back on it yesterday, and besides the manuscript looking great, I realized some things I need to be on top of when I order the next batch of books. When you go from a Word document to a PDF, the goddamn font is slightly larger and it can fuck you up with your formatting. I noticed that too late after I didn't already printed the first part. And, I just noticed a few spots where the sentence should continue, but it drops down to the next line. And the text is correct and the sentence is actually complete if you read it. But I just don't like how that goddamn shit look. Another thing is, They didn't make my logo in color, which now that I think of it, that was my fault too. Otherwise, I'm in charge of every goddamn thing, and I better make sure shit is A1 when, it's time to leave my desk. My books are doing all right, but they not flying off the shelves right now. I like shit, perfect. Single mother, he's your son, been a good seller, but part two is gonna be bigger because of the information in it. Even a nigga like me can make a mistake going too fast. In my rush to fucking boast about SWU, I put the cart before the horse. I do need to contemplate a couple more moves, you know, before I start all my new shit. So fucking what? I'm sure you got the message in the first place. Fuck with SWU. That's what I'm telling you. A lot of people don't realize there's science behind this abracadabra that I spit. H2O is water. CO2 is carbon monoxide. Now, those are combinations of ingredients to make certain outcomes predictable. H is hydrogen, O is oxygen. You take one part of hydrogen and 2 parts oxygen, mix them together, and you'll get water. Same with carbon monoxide. Understand the mixture of ingredients, and you will get the carbon monoxide. Abadabba is one part of what you have learned about life, which is knowledge. Another part is what you do with what you learned about life, which becomes wisdom. Then there's the key to it all, understanding. Understanding is the way you deliver what you know to the public, according to how you understand what the fuck you doing and talking about. Put them together, wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, and you'll have this habit. That's for sure. Once you figure out how to combine those 3 ingredients, you'll be a monster. Another reason I knew I was a fly ass motherfucker destined to be a pimp is when I was born and the doctor slapped my ass. I said, "Bitch, where's my money?" Still, another one of the reasons I knew I was gonna be a motherfucking monster is because I dreamed about how to catch women, and when I talked in my sleep, I was actually getting at a bitch. It just didn't stop. You really know you're a fly motherfucker when you fire abroad, and while you driving down the street looking in the rearview mirror at your fly ass, your phone rang, and it's the bitch. "Daddy, please don't fire me. I promise I'll get it right for you." And after she done said it in every way she can say that, and you rejected her, you are definitely paying close attention to how she sounds, because her voice is gonna let you know she really finna break. If you keep pressing her. So you don't want to lose no hoe. You just training this bitch. So you take a deep breath and say, "Ho, are you saying you gonna pay me the way I want to be paid?" "Yes, Daddy, I swear." Then you take another look in the rearview mirror and say, "Bitch, it's against my better pimp judgment, but I'm gonna give you another chance." And that whole creams get to thanking you. "Daddy, thank you, Daddy, thank you. And you won't regret it." Now, see, the cold part about this is this abracadabra provides you with a myriad of ways to beat the shit out this bitch without laying a hand on her. And at the same time, you showing her how strong you is, because she's begging you to pimp on her, to let her get with you, back with you, so you can pimp on her motherfucking ass. This is all game that a motherfucker used to be down. Now, as you creaming on the move you made, you ain't even took your eyes out the rear view mirror. Thing is, when a nigga is pimping good, he just gotta see himself, pimp, son. That's what's up. You will never reach the level of mastery of this abracadabra until you stop being afraid to grow. Now, the way growth has been prescribed over centuries, this level, then the next. That's the way it goes. All right, I enjoyed myself kicking it with y'all. I ain't really trying to encourage you to be no pimp, but I just be feeling like talking some pimp shit sometimes. All right, I'm gone.